It's only been a few days since Frosk had this epic meltdown on G4, essentially taking criticism that was directed at her over video games and deciding to take that moment to call all of the fans sexist, and all of them labeled all of them sexist if they didn't agree with her because she's not as bangable as the other previous hosts of X-Play. She decided to take something that had nothing to do with her gender and turn it into that because that's just the type of person she is and always has been. And since that moment, we've seen what's happened with G4TV. You can look over here on Social Blade and you can realize down 4,000 subscribers. Not great. And when she decided to make it all about sexism, people should have seen this coming from the very beginning because she has always been a problem and she's always looking for a way to excuse it, for a way that people are looking at her in a certain way. This is an interview she did, let's see, back December 16th of 2021. Indiana Froskerin Black. That's her name, Indiana Black. This is about a month ago, an interview she's doing with Renee Montgomery, who was a WNBA player. I think is now like the vice president for a WNBA team. Regardless, it doesn't matter because it's what she's saying here that's important. It's about a minute-long clip. And when you think about this, think about the mindset of this person. Is it really a surprise that just a month later, she decides to call all of their audience sexist if they don't agree with her?
Like both in most industries, hyper male dominated. Sure. It is to be really nice about it, a bastion of not super nice people sometimes. Like, don't get me wrong, gaming gets a really bad rap. It can be an incredible community, but it also can be one of the most vile, disgusting communities you've ever seen. And so
it certainly sounds like she loves the gaming community, doesn't it?
People will say with like a snide face that like, I'm too polarizing, that I'm too outspoken, that if I just kept my mouth quiet, that I would have been much more successful, that if I didn't let politics get in the way. But I really stand behind everything that I say. Because I never think that like, I'm fine in like changing my opinion and always like going and trying to educate myself. But I really pride myself on like, I fucking hate injustice. I hate it. It enrages me. And it then gets me into a lot of trouble when I work in an industry that is full of injustices. And people love me when I'm on their side of the injustice, and they hate me when I'm against them.
So this is just a month before that, talking about how it's male-dominated, how it's not fair, how she doesn't get treated right, how it's filled with, she said, injustices. I believe she probably means injustices, something like that. But this is her mindset. This is who she is. So when she got a bunch of stuff wrong on a live stream, she got some backlash for that. And if you want to see it, I'll show you right here just a couple of the things that she said that had people critical of her during this Xbox preview. Now, I don't know if this was all scripted for her, if she got it wrong because it was written for her, or if she was just kind of winging it and got it wrong. Either way, here's a couple things that she was just flat out wrong about.
I've got some fun facts to kick us all off to get everyone up to speed for the Skyrim in space.
Let's do it.
First and foremost, that this is the first Bethesda IP or original IP in 25 years. Yeah, think about that one. They've been sitting on Fallout and Elder Scrolls for 25 years.
What about Rogue Warrior?
No.
All right, that doesn't count?
No.
Yeah, okay, go on.
So Adam Sessler kind of calls her out, but not really. Just kind of gives her a pass about it when trying to correct her. That was one small thing. Whatever. What about another thing?
I actually really want to start there. I think that Xbox has absolutely dumpstered Sony this time around. It used to be kind of really back and forth, and then Sony with the PlayStation 2 really overtook things with their library. The PS3 was great. PS4 was probably fine till the end of its era. But the PS5 has been, in my opinion, nowhere to be seen. Not only in acquiring the console, but in finding any titles. And the fact that, I know, right?
It's okay, you got one.
What am I doing with it now?
Hey, forgive yourself, you got one. You did it.
These dudes are laughing at her probably because they know she is wrong. And it's not that hard to find out. She's talking about PlayStation 5 versus Xbox Series X or S. And even when you combine the sales of X and S, which is what they do for PlayStation Disc and Digital, you can see it's not even close, right? Like, look at this. The blue line is PlayStation 5. The Xbox is this line, this green line right here. You can argue all you want about availability. You can argue all you want about whatever. Yeah, you know what? There hasn't been basically any PlayStation 5s available to buy because as soon as they get in stock, they're gone. Much like a lot of the Xbox consoles as well. But look at this lead. Right now, it has a 5.5 million lead in terms of units sold. It's not even close. So a lot of people were calling that out as well. It doesn't end there.
This is wild. I hyped up the. Okay, yeah, Starfield's great. Obsidian, amazing. I actually think Xbox is going to have a hell of a 2022. I think they're going to absolutely smoke Sony until Sony get their act together right now. I think the PlayStation is
look at Adam.
a dead man walking.
Oh, wow. You get to have the emails from the Sony Defense Force, not me. I love that. Yeah,
I don't know.
Sucks to suck. I don't know. So these are the reasons she was getting called out. It wasn't because she's a woman. It's because she said these things. Now, that one is an opinion, but I think it does discount a lot of the most highly anticipated games. Some of them are PlayStation 5 exclusives. When you look at God of War Ragnarok, when you look at Horizon Forbidden West, you know, Sony does still have a lot to offer in terms of their specific titles. So she got put on blast for this, and she decides to do what she did. She is a problem everywhere she goes. This was in 2020, July 30th, 2020. Frosk, LEC on-air talent, refused to work until Neom partnership ended. The LEC, so the League European Champion staff, took a stand against the controversial partnership. Several hours after LEC announced a partnership with a Saudi Arabian city development, Neom, the league pulled out of the deal as a result of widespread backlash from the league community, LEC on-air talent, and other Riot employees. She, of course, put out there, "I'm deeply saddened by the latest episode of Crackdown where my integrity and principle is called into question through speculation. So let me clear it up. The on-air talent declined to appear on broadcast until the deal was revoked. I did put my fucking job on the line, all for these perceived injustices." And of course, about 6 months later, she was no longer working for LEC and decided to criticize everyone there. As always, very excited for the LEC to begin and watch my peers continue to thrive. That team is fucking amazing. That said, we really need to talk diversity in esports broadcasts because holy shit, that is a lot of white. Just blindingly white as far as the eye can see, white. This is who she's always been, a person that instigates things, that causes problems everywhere, that tries to blame any and all criticism, likely on the fact that she is a woman. Time and time again, when you hire these people, this is the result. When you hire people like this, they're going to forsake your audience. They're going to throw them under the bus. They're going to drive people away. And as we've seen with G4, that continues to happen. Ratios, locking down Reddits, locking down Discords, not allowing your fans to speak their minds, all because you're protecting this person. It is absolutely ridiculous, but I don't anticipate G4 stopping anytime soon.
Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my PO box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.